two men are hunting for beaver pelts on this expedition, and they both know that they have just crossed into some very dangerous territory. Just a few years earlier, Coulter was part of the legendary Lewis and Clark expedition that mapped the previously unexplored American West. While traveling in what is now Montana, the party had some not-so-friendly encounters with the native Blackfeet Indians, who have lived in this region for generations. These tribes had begun working with British fur companies and now saw the American presence in the area as bad for business. Coulter could not help but notice the demand for beaver pelts was skyrocketing, and so, in 1806, 2 months before the official end of the expedition, he asked to be honorably discharged, and he chose to stay out in the wilderness to try to strike it rich. But John was soon given a lesson on just how much the local tribes did not appreciate American fur trappers on their turf. In 1808, the Blackfeet had ambushed him and shot an arrow in his leg. Had the Flathead and Crow Indians he was traveling with not chased them away, he would have been dead. Now well aware that the Blackfeet did not want them around, the duo were doing everything they could to avoid them at all costs. Coulter and Potts continued rowing in silence, hoping that they could pass through unnoticed. But as they turned the corner, a cold shiver ran down their spine as hundreds of Blackfeet warriors began stepping out of the forest and onto the riverbank. The natives don't seem to be very interested in doing business, and they gesture for the men to come to them. Coulter knows they don't have a lot of options here, so he nervously brings the canoe to shore. The instant he steps onto land, the Blackfeet strip him naked and take his rifle, knife, and gear. As he watches Coulter being stripped bare, Potts begins to imagine the horrific things the Blackfeet have in store for them, and he refuses to get off the canoe. The warriors begin to lose their patience, and one of them shoots an arrow into him for his stubbornness. Potts, now bleeding, panics and grabs his rifle. He fires at one of the warriors, and instantly the Blackfeet return.